Hey guys, Eclipse14 here, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy. Alright, I got the airship. Let's go flying. As a consequence, though, this is the final episode where I retain the original classes, as the first place I'm going is the Cardia Islands. Go on north. In order to get there, eventually you see the open ocean, Leifin, and the giant Yanakerm Desert. Fly around west here, and you should find one of the Cardia Islands with these big holes to enter. The only one of concern, though, is right here. This hole is what you're looking for. The other ones simply lead to dragon homes, and you can talk to them to collect information, but beyond that, that's really it as far as I know. This one, however, is of importance, as it is a long straightaway down, and that leads into this big and increasingly wide room. Candles and stuff everywhere. At the very end is the Dragon King Bahamut. If you did not get the tail, he'll tell you to bring proof of courage, which requires going into the Castle of Ordeals. If you do have it, this happens. Transform! Now, the fighter doesn't really look that much different in the field, but in battle, a very different story. The 6 class changes. The fighter becomes the knight, the thief becomes the ninja, the black belt becomes the master, which is actually a downgrade compared to the other classes, in due part to the black belt's magic defense being bugged to not work the way it should, and actually goes down upon class changing. Still good for beating stuff up though, and all the mages become wizards of their respective classes. Of the 6, the ninja is by far the best upgrade, in due part to having a much better arsenal in terms of weapons and armor. Speaking of that, the ice sword can now be used for edge. I'll keep the flame sword on Zest, even though technically it's still stronger and the properties don't work the way it should. But, fire and ice. What can go wrong there? Armor, on the other hand, no longer do I need this gold bracelet. I can use the ice armor. At the same time, I don't need the buckler, as I can use the flame shield. Matter of fact, the flame and ice shield both are the best shield a ninja can use. So equip them, and while I'm at it, gold on teal. And that's really it. That's all that has to be said. Of course, this whole thing is completely optional, and you can beat the game without class changing. It's just a bit more difficult because you have a more limited arsenal of weaponry and magic, because some spells are wizard exclusive. As I mentioned when I covered them, Warp and Exit are 2 such examples. Not to mention all the level 8 spells are indeed exclusive to the wizards. But that's that. So, what next? Well, what we need to do now is head west to Onrac, since that's really the core. And there's the town itself, which is covered in woods, so we don't really have a way to land this fling. But what we need to do here, really, you'd have to land around here to get to Onrac. But before we do that, we can go up here to the desert, and for some inexplicable reason, this is the only place in the whole game where you can land the airship in the desert. I think later versions of the game prevent this from happening, but that doesn't change the fact that this is just weird. Why is that? Probably because it's an event tile that brings you to the Oasis, which has a single item. A bottle for 50,000 gil. You need this to continue the story, so get it. And that's that. With that, just get back on. Now we need to head for Gaia, which is, well, may as well go west again. Yeah, loop over the world, and, oh, it's right up here, actually. And inside we go. Alright, so Gaia. First things first, let's take a look what's here. Starting with the level 7 black magic, but it's not all 4 spells. Matter of fact, it's split between Gaia and Onrac. And here you've got Ice 3, which you may as well get. And I'm definitely going to, because Fire 3 and Lightning 3 have already been picked off. And the other one is Break, which is a Poison Elemental Petrification attack. Which of course means a one-hit KO, but Poisonous Petrification, that just sounds bizarre. Then again, Poison does send you to the bottom of the row all the time. Weird stuff. Though you will want to get that spell, if only because one of the level 7 spells doesn't work the way it should. So you kinda don't have a choice anyway. White magic, on the other hand, is a little different, with Cure and Harm 4. Cure 4 is a full heal and can cure some status ailments. I think the only ones it doesn't do are, of course, KO and Petrification. Beyond that, everything gets restored. You definitely want it. As for Harm 4, it's fun to use, but there's not really a whole lot of undead that need such punishment. You can nuke most of them with Harm 3. So, if you want to get it, you certainly can do so. I certainly can't do it now, I've only got 300 gil. Obviously that's the end, but I don't need that right now. Inside the armor shop, before I do anything, let me get rid of the garbage I don't need, which is the silver bracelet, as well as the buckler. I no longer need them. Everything else is equipped. As for what's here, they sell the gold bracelet, which is better than the silver, but there's also the Protect Ring, which has quite a bit of Absorb and can be equipped by anybody, which is quite nice. In addition, it has resistance to the Death Element, so Rub and Kill are effectively useless. Not bad. It doesn't protect you against sorcerer attacks, though, so sucks to be you if you face them. As for weaponry, while I think about it, the Coral and Dragon Swords have had their use. Thank you for your service. It was a pleasure. Now for the actual weapon. And I say weapon, and not weapons, because it's just a cat claw for a ridiculous 65,000 gil. What is it? It's actually the best dagger for the Black Wizard, and is indeed a Black Wizard exclusive. That's just ridiculous. Well, it is what it is. Anyway, go up this way, and up ahead is a very bizarrely designed shop. Continue farther, you've got the clinic if you need it. And there's that pirate right there. If you speak to him, that kind of gives you a clue of what to do if you hadn't already. But I already bought the bottle for 50,000 gold, so take the L, you stupid pirate. Who the hell wears pink as a pirate? Anyway, you need to go through these woods here. And eventually you'll come up to this spring up here. When you get here, start, select the bottle, and a fairy appears, then is gone. Not really, it's just right in front of you. Talk to it, and you get the Oxyale, which allows you access to the Sunken Shrine. So that's that. And with that, we're officially done with Gaia, barring magic purchases, because I'm definitely going to want Break. Okay, now we need to move to Onrac proper. So, you need to sail down, sail, fly. I'm so used to using the other ship. And you kind of just want to land there and row your way through the river. Starting off with an Airship. These things have quite a bit of HP and can still poison and hit hard, so be careful facing them. Fortunately, it's just that and nothing else, but doesn't change the fact that I'm probably going to need a little magic to take them down. So I'll bring in some ice and may as well use the Zeus Gauntlet. Even though I feel like using the Zeus Gauntlet's kind of worthless against a single target, since if it's an AoE spell, I'd rather it be used AoE. Of course, Edge got poisoned, go figure. And that's that. Oh wow, everybody leveled up, I didn't even realize. Edge gets over 300 HP, which is nice. Flow hits 274. And Teal gets over 200. Awesome. I don't mind that one bit. Though I do need to use Pure and get Edge back up to where he should be. This stuff is so obnoxious, but gotta put up with it. Anyway, continue up. And at worst, you want to stop right here and just head right. And there's Onrac. What's this? Oh. These things are real uncommon, but they are hardy as can be, not to mention can hit up to triple digits. Not pleasant. They also resist fire and ice. Go figure. This is another case of running this, and I may as well do lightning. Typically, you'll only see one of these. And that's that. I think there's an area where you may find two, but two is the very max you'll ever find of this thing. 11 damage. They are magically resistant, but lightning does have its use. Which is why I'm doing what I'm doing. Zap! For 14. $30. Got it. Yeah, they are hardy indeed. Alright, into Onrac. Let's go ahead and take a look. There's the item shop up there, as well as the clinic. We head down this way. This is where the other level 7 spells lay. Let's go inside White first, which has a rub, which not only covers instant death, but also a few other elements too. I think it's Earth and Time? No. Definitely the Earth. Either way, it's actually much better than it seems, since it's not just instant death. And then there's Heal 3. If you remember me talking about Heal 2, it's bugged to work like Heal 3 in battle. That doesn't really change the fact that Heal 3 is still usable. Matter of fact, you actually have a few charges more of Heal 3 if you get it. So, something to think about. As for black magic, there is Saber, which is the spell that does not work the way it should. Much like Temper, it just doesn't do jack shit. So you can safely skip this spell. Not that it really matters, since it's a self-buff for attack power, which is kind of weird with a black wizard. And then there's Blind, which is another power word spell that puts darkness on a target when under 300 HP. This one's kind of dumb, in all honesty, but if only Saber worked the way it should. Shit. Well, that's the spells. Got a little bit to pick up. I also gotta pick up Warp and Exit, now that the class changed. Go in here for the inn, I can save. 300 gil, though. But, that's that. I'm at 1345. Do I want to go a little into the shrine? Yeah, I can. You just need to walk all the way along this. Eventually, you'll find this submarine. Talk to the girl. She disappears when you have the Oxyale. You take that. Welcome to the Sunken Shrine. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is actually head upwards. And the best way to do that is to simply walk on up and head this way. And there's the stairs to it. Naga. These things have quite a bit of annoying magic, but it's nothing you really can't deal with. They're also one of the few enemies in the game that cast Mute, but that is well into the spell cycles. Lightning 2 is like the worst to deal with. the worse they do. Nearly 100 damage on Teal, though. Yikes. Beyond that, it's mostly just status elements. Status elements. What the hell am I saying? Status magic. Anyway, up here, well, I think about it, yeah, that hit was kind of hard. Let me just run Cure on Teal a couple times. That's fine. Alright, continue on. A couple of these areas, I think, have some chests, but I gotta figure out which ones do. Sea snake, lobster, which is a freaking scorpion. Lobsters don't poison, that's ridiculous. And then there's the sea trolls, which are kind of interesting because there is a glitched version of their sprite, where they look brighter than they should. It's normal in the Sunken Shrine, but in certain areas, they show up brighter than they should. Not that it really changes the fact that this can be put away with ease. Even if I did get hit with friggin' poison. Zeus Gauntlet, and I don't really... Screw it, I'll Lightning 2 anyway. I'm not supposed to be here that long to begin with. One troll down, just waiting on the others. That should take out the other troll. Yep. What about the others? 53? Yikes! 114, that's a little better. 86. Alright, so I don't have to worry about poison any longer. That sea snake survived, though. That's just weird. Ouch. 50 damage. Well, on the plus side, they don't poison. Yet the lobsters inexplicably do. Really? Stupid logic is stupid logic. Alright, let's fix this. And then put up Pure. Whoops, I hit Select. Okay, problem solved. I'm at 1750. I think this room... Oh, damn it. Ghosts. This is, I think, the only enemy in the Sunken Shrine weak to fire, but you cannot escape from these things, and they hit extremely hard. Pretty sure they're the hardest hitting undead in the game. Well, unless you want to count the Lich. But, that's the story for another day. I'm nuking with Harm 3. No, not 3. Harm 2. Fire 2. I'm running both. 134 damage, 119. They are nasty. The hardest hitting undead in the game, and it's not even close. The fact you can't run from them is the least of its problems. Make no doubts, you're gonna hate these guys. So only one survives. Which was targeted. Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, that hit like hell. 1930. Well, Cure 2, Teal, at least get him above 100, and I'll have to wait for a Heal 2 charge. Hopefully I just find a worthwhile encounter to do that. I am approaching 20 minutes, though. You know what? I'll go ahead and cut it here. and we'll head up to the mermaids next episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.